now as we're underway in Week 13. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
Caught out left side by Robinson. Now a second down and 6. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw is Robinson. To throw on third down. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left, Moss. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The Colts at 11-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings them out.
And if you go by the numbers, he's on a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Prescott off play action. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him from a loss.
Let me put his lamp off. Can you make sure he gets up? His profile.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Prescott.
Andre!
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, They get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play forward in this one.
To throw on second down, Robinson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Robinson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Operating from the gun, Robinson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. Micah Parsons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call. I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Back to throw. Robinson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces the 4th down.
On is the punter, Bryan Anger, to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now Robinson throwing on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Robinson finds his big tight end, Mo Alie-Cox. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Back to throw again.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alie-Cox, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
They'll run on 1st down with Moss. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Robinson.
A throw on the money there to Doolin.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Robinson.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They'll run out of the gun with Moss.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive.
And this one complete to Doolin.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. This is caught by Robinson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right? But I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, wherever you want in that spot, not known as a...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing. Prescott. Caught left side by Hilton. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Prescott now.
Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Prescott.
And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly. He falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here's Robinson, throwing to start the drive. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Robinson. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and now to give us momentum going into the 2nd half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Final play of the half, Prescott.
He'll get this to Elliott.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Offense.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett, strong in the victory as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. And then lastly, we wrap up this first week of December with Monday Night Football. It's the Saints and Bucks from down in Tampa. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter from the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now
as this one's in the air.
Take it in at the 3. Dallas offense set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, Elliott once more.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now Prescott.
They're looking for it, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated their offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. There's Robinson showing the flash. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, oh, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's caught once again by Gallup.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
First down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. Throw left side, complete. That's Elliott.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Prescott on first down. And for the third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now in Arlington, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll run here with Moss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Robinson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Off play action. Robinson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan and start trying to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
But now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Now that's Elliott, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And again, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Prescott off play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Moss. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Moss.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Moss. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.